So just for the recording, hi everyone. This is Ashu back again with Learn the Fundamentals of Digital Marketing with Ashu. I'm doing this for the YouTube, okay guys? YouTube ke upar everybody should have an introduction. So in the first class, we talked about how search engines worked. We talked a bit about how digital marketing works in general also, but mainly the discussion in the first class was how search engines like Google or Bing, Yahoo, or DuckDuckGo, all these search engines, how they work. So we listed down 3 steps of how search engines work. You can refer to them in the first class. And I've also, like in the first class, like the YouTube video that I have shared, in the link, there are 2 very nice videos that you can see. And there is one audio visual kind of a thing in which you can learn the steps on how Google works. Now, I want to introduce you to not just the pillars of SEO, but also what SEO means. All right. So if you talk about what SEO is, the full form for SEO, and a lot of people know about this, is search engine optimization. If you look at the term, it means that what all steps can I take so that my content, my blog is optimized and it starts to appear in the top results of search engines. All right. You must be familiar with it. If anybody has any doubts, if you want me to repeat what SEO is all about, or maybe we can even have a discussion, we can go ahead and talk about it. There aren't too many people. There are only 9 people. So ab sab baat karte hain. It doesn't matter. Let's talk. Let conversation flow. So anybody who wants me to explain further what search engines are and what is search engine optimization?
Yes, I wanted a little bit.
All right. So I have a search, like you are very familiar with the search engine Google, right? So Google is a very, very simple search engine. Not a very simple search engine, but it has a very simple interface. There is a big place where you can either speak out your query or you can type your query. Aajkal Android ke andar to even if you just say okay Google and you start speaking out your query, some keywords or a query, I can call this, like I can call it interchangeably. This is called a query or a question or a keyword. This keyword is put into Google. Google looks at its index, whatever is indexed. It has an index in which it has a repository of all the websites and its content inside Google. It's called the Google index. So the Google index searches and it comes up with search results that people can click on, and clicking on this, they can go on different websites. You're very clear about Google. We do it or use it all the time, right, Salika? Now, search engine optimization is a science or a branch of digital marketing in which we optimize the website. We do something on the website so that this website starts to appear in good places in Google and it gets clicks. All right, very, very simple. Okay, that's search engine optimization. There are things that we need to do on the website, and I will start talking about these things today. I will talk about the 2 basic things of search engine optimization and how things work. All right. So everyone is familiar with the search interface, right? I will share my screen. Let's do a search. You guys can also maybe do a search on like on your mobile phones. Suggest a keyword to me. Okay. Salika, do you have a keyword for me, like any kind of a keyword? Something that I can put in Google?
Tennis?
Something specific. Maybe can you talk about like, you know, maybe you're looking for something, or maybe if you're, you said tennis, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Racket?
so maybe I have something like, when is the Wimbledon 2020? This could be a valid search.
Yes.
This is a question that I put into Google. Google looks at all the information related to this because Google is looking, Google has a repository, it has a store, an index of all the websites in the world. or in the known universe or whatever. And whenever I put a search query or a keyword, it gives me relevant results. So here Google has talked about a couple of things. It has said ki, it is already cancelled, and it has given me this couple, like these websites which are relevant to the search query. Okay, now the art and the science of getting your website here. For example, I open a digital marketing agency. All right, I want to make a website, and I want that if somebody is looking for digital marketing agency in Delhi.
Sorry, Ashutosh, can we try with an example of a travel company? Like,
yeah, why not? Give me a keyword.
So, for example, a vacation to Europe or a holiday to Europe.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I can straight away ask, I need a vacation to Europe, right? Whatever results comes out, okay, and this result is completely different up. You can see that it has given me destinations as well with the pricing, etc. I'm not going to get into that right now. We had talked about it in the last thing. So what happens is, Make My Trip is ranking on the top for its packages to Europe. When I click on it, Make My Trip ka page which says Europe vacation tour packages come on top. What has Make My Trip done? That it appeared in this search vacation to Europe. That is all about, that is what search engine optimization is. Okay, clear? Now I want to talk about 2 steps. Okay. And before that, I want to just a second. Great. So first I want to introduce you to 2 metrics. Okay, metrics are something which is measurable. Okay. Oh, before that, let's not talk about metrics right now. I'll talk about a moment. So whenever I put in a query into Google, our result page shows up. Okay, this is a result page for Google. This is called a search engine result page, also known as a SERP, S-E-R-P. Okay, so in a way, the objective of search engine optimization is that your website, whatever you've done, your web page, it appears in the search for a certain query. Okay, हिंदी में कोई आपको आप गूगल पे किसी भी चीज को ढूंढे, जैसे आप ये आप what was your name, the person who asked me to use a travel का example?
Ashutosh, I'm Rahul Grover.
Yes, Sarah, Rahul. So if Rahul owns a travel agency, and Rahul has a special package to Europe, which is a discount package to Europe, if somebody says that I want a discount package in Europe, like to Europe, Rahul's website should rank on the top. It should come on the top. All this is called search engine optimization, the whole process. And search engine result page is the result page for that query in which all these things show up. Okay, let me introduce you to a couple of metrics, like just a few metrics. These are very simple metrics, simple addition, subtraction, like division, sort. First, I'm going to introduce you to something which is called an impression. Okay, so my keyword, the query is vacation to Europe. I put it into Google, and in the search engine result page, and please don't forget, it's not about just one page. काफी सारे pages होते हैं search engine के अंदर. I know all of you just look at page 1 and उसके बाद आप खुश हो जाते हो. But there are a lot of pages. अब तो mobile phone के अंदर show more करके आ जाता है. So there is no end. एक तरीके से you can keep going to more and more pages in a way. So if for this query, Rahul's website shows up in Google, at any position in Google, that is called an impression. जिसे कहते हैं झलक. झलक मिल गई उस चीज की. ओके, सो नाउ आई टाइप्ड इन वेकेशन टू यूरोप. आई सॉ या राहुल का वेबसाइट, एक इंप्रेशन हो गया. दिस इज इंप्रेशन, वन इंप्रेशन. ओके, I am interested in this website. So what I do is I click on it, right? So this is, everybody would know, it's called a click. Okay, suppose for this query, vacation to Europe, for this query, there were in 1 month, there were 100 impressions. जब भी किसी ने वेकेशन टू यूरोप टाइप किया इंडिया के अंदर, एक महीने में 100 लोगों ने 100 इंप्रेशन आए राहुल के वेबसाइट के. 100 इंप्रेशन, 100 बार आया. मे बी कितनी बार ऐसा हुआ हो कि नहीं आया हो, उसमें से 10 लोगों ने क्लिक कर दिया. सो आई विल डिफाइन अ मेट्रिक विच इज कॉल्ड द क्लिक थ्रू रेट, which is equal to clicks upon impression into 100. All right, एक तरीके से परसेंटेज ऑफ इंप्रेशंस जिन पे क्लिक लगी. डाउट्स बताइए, समझ में आया?
Ashu,
Okay.
just to clarify, please, if I may. So let's say that you mentioned vacation to Europe.
Yeah, this
I'm
one keyword.
looking for a vacation to Europe. I've gone and clicked on the Google search engine.
Yes.
It shows me a certain set of results that come out of the search that I've keyed in through. Fair enough? Let's say there are 5 or 6 XYZ hypothetical numbers of either websites or companies who are offering me that vacation to Europe. So when I go and click on, let's say, for example, Ashu Travel Services, are we referring to that Ashu Travel Services, or are we looking at how many times I go and keep typing vacation to Europe that gets searched on the Google search engine?
नहीं, I really couldn't understand कि एक बार
I'm
दोबारा
trying to get at in terms of the impressions. When I go, let's say there is a company called Ashu Travel Services.
Okay.
Post my search query being vacation to Europe. And let's say that one of the search, the top one shows me Ashu Travel Services because you're offering vacation to Europe.
Perfect.
So when I click on the vacation Ashu Travel Services, that becomes a click or that becomes an impression?
Acha, that becomes a click. So that is one impression, one click.
Okay.
Okay. So CTR कितना हुआ? 100%. Clear? आपने क्या किया? एक बार ढूंढा vacation to Europe. My hypothetical travel agency, Ashu Travel Agency, आती है टॉप पे. ओके, उसमें आपने क्लिक भी कर दिया तो एक इंप्रेशन मिला, एंड उसी इंप्रेशन पे क्लिक हो गया तो 100% CTR हो गया. सो दैट इज आल्सो एन इंप्रेशन एंड अ क्लिक. अब जरूरी थोड़ी है इतने सारे रिजल्ट होते हैं, जरूरी तो होता नहीं क्लिक लगे. कभी कभी तो क्लिक भी नहीं लगता. कभी कभी तो गूगल ने, जैसे अभी कौन थी ये जो लाइक somebody said, I think she's not in the class right now. She gave me an example कि आप Salika, she's here. So Salika said Wimbledon in 2020, उसमें गूगल ने एक आंसर लिख दिया cancelled. Okay, so उसमें तो impression भी आया होगा तो क्लिक लगा ही नहीं होगा एक तरीके से. All right. So
I had a question.
Yeah.
The impression, like there are many pages in Google, right? Not just the first page. So impression is like if it's coming in the 5th page, is it still considered an impression?
Absolutely. I have seen that. Okay, so there is a tool which is given to us by Google. It is called the Google Search Console. Okay. उसके अंदर इवन मैंने ऐसे देखे हैं कि इंप्रेशंस होते हैं, क्लिक नहीं होता, बहुत लो पोजीशन पे भी, लाइक 5th पेजेस पे भी इट इज स्टिल काउंटेड एज एन इंप्रेशन, बिकॉज कोशिश तो करी थी ना, आया तो था. देखिए ये सब कुछ डिपेंड करता है गूगल के ऊपर. ओके, सो और मैंने एक और चीज मैं आपको बताऊंगा, अभी मैंने रैंकिंग नहीं बताई, रैंकिंग से मैं कोरिलेट करूंगा. तो क्या हुआ कि गूगल ने, किसी ने पूछा वेकेशन इन यूरोप, गूगल ने क्या किया, गूगल गया अपने रिपोजिटरी में, लाखों पेज हैं, कभी-कभी आपने नोटिस किया कितने सारे रिजल्ट्स होते हैं, थाउजेंड्स एंड थाउजेंड्स ऑफ रिजल्ट्स. गूगल के इंडेक्स ने क्या किया, ये लीजिए वेकेशन टू यूरोप से मैच करने वाले 2 लाख वो लीजिए, रिजल्ट लीजिए. उसके बाद एल्गोरिदम ने उन रिजल्ट्स को एक लाइन में लगाना शुरू कर दिया जिसको कहते हैं रैंक। समझे? ठीक है।
Yes.
तो रैंक, अगर आपकी रैंक, जैसे मैंने देखी है गूगल सर्च कंसोल में एक टूल होता है गूगल का, इसके बारे में मैं आगे बात करूंगा। गूगल सर्च कंसोल के टूल में मैंने देखा है कि रैंक रैंक 100 तक इंप्रेशन माना जाता है। 100 से नीचे इंप्रेशन नहीं दिखाते वो। हाँ जी,
Yeah, I got my answer.
ओके। सो अब दोबारा से मैं आपको बात करना चाहता हूं। तो इसमें क्या होता है, अगर जैसे एक टेबल आता है, उसमें उस टेबल में क्या होता है, पहले आपकी क्वेरी आती है वेकेशन टू यूरोप, ये हो गया आपका क्वेरी। उस क्वेरी का एक रैंक होता है, एवरेज रैंक होता है। मतलब कभी कभी उस क्वेरी के लिए बिकॉज देखिए हर यूजर के लिए अलग टाइप का रिजल्ट आता है, यूजर के बिहेवियर के अकॉर्डिंग, यूजर के लोकेशन के अकॉर्डिंग। अब आपने देखा होगा जो मैंने वेकेशन टू यूरोप देखा था, उसमें मेक माई ट्रिप का आया, उसमें कोई और अमेरिकन वेबसाइट तो नहीं आया वेकेशन फॉर यूरोप में, क्योंकि गूगल को पता था कि मैं इंडिया में हूं और इंडिया के अंदर मेक माई ट्रिप काम करता है। तो हर क्वेरी के लिए एक अलग से एक एवरेज रैंक बनता है, तो उसको हम बोलते हैं एवरेज रैंक। तो अब ये क्या कहते हैं, ये सपोज करिए ये हमारे जो अपने साथ है, कौन थे, मिस्टर ग्रोवर थे, कहाँ गए, जो मिस्टर ये राहुल ग्रोवर का ये वेबसाइट है। तो राहुल ग्रोवर को डेटा मिलेगा कि इस क्वेरी के लिए, और ये भी डेटा कैसे मिलेगा, एक हफ्ते का, एक दिन का, तो टाइम के अकॉर्डिंग होगा। तो आज के लिए डेटा मिला, क्योंकि आज की तारीख में वेकेशन टू यूरोप में एवरेज रैंक इनका सपोज करिए 5 था। रैंक सिंपल है, मतलब ऐसे हम रैंक करते हैं 1 2 3 लिंक्स के अकॉर्डिंग। जो दूसरे पेज पे चले गए वो 5 6 7 8 9 ऐसे करके रैंक्स की तरह होता है। ऑलराइट, सो एवरेज रैंक 5 है। इस एवरेज रैंक 5 की वजह से इंप्रेशन मिले, सपोज करिए 100 इंप्रेशन मिले एक दिन में, एक हफ्ते में, एक महीने में, उसमें 10 क्लिक आए, तो मतलब सीटीआर कितना था, 10/100, 10% सीटीआर। अब एक बात बताइए मुझे, सीटीआर किस चीज पे डिपेंड करता है? प्लीज ये मत कहना कि क्लिक्स और इंप्रेशन पे डिपेंड करता है। ऑब्वियसली सीटीआर आपको अभी देख के किस चीज पे लग रहा है, किस चीज पे डिपेंड करना चाहिए अभी देख के डेटा?
पोजीशन ऑफ द वेबसाइट।
एब्सोल्युटली, जो फर्स्ट रैंक, तभी तो एसईओ के अंदर या कभी भी ऑर्गेनिक के अंदर कहते हैं जी हम आपके वेबसाइट को रैंक 1 पे ला देंगे। इवन तो अब ऐसा नहीं है, कोई रैंक 1 जैसी चीज नहीं है, अब तो रैंक 1 से भी ऊपर एक रैंक है, सब कुछ बदल चुका है। मैंने आगे की क्लासेस में, स्पेशली थर्ड वाली क्लास जिसमें मैं ऑन पेज डिस्कस कर रहा हूँ, थर्ड क्लास में बहुत ज्यादा बात करी है इसके बारे में। तो अगर आपका एक नॉर्मली कोरिलेशन देखा गया है कि जितना हायर रैंक होता है उतना ज्यादा इंप्रेशन होता है। इनफैक्ट मैं कभी कभी तो ऐसे होता है, तो अब ये सेंस बनाएगा, अगर मेरी रैंक यहाँ 55 है तो मैं पेज 5 में पहुंच गया, तो इंप्रेशन ही 2-3 आएंगे, वो भी मुझे समझ में नहीं आते इंप्रेशन भी क्यों आते, कौन है वो उनको देखता है, प्रोबेबली ये बॉट ही होते हैं जो उसको क्रॉल करते हैं। तो यूजुअली लोअर रैंक्स में ऐसे दिखता है 55, इंप्रेशन 3, क्लिक्स 0, सीटीआर 0। ठीक है, ये डेटा हमको गूगल सर्च कंसोल में मिलता है, एंड ये मिलना भी चाहिए। इसकी इंपॉर्टेंस क्या है? अब राहुल ने हमसे एसईओ सीखा, मुझसे, ठीक है। राहुल ने क्या किया, पहले रिपोर्ट निकाली, उस रिपोर्ट में देखा वेकेशन टू यूरोप में उनकी रैंकिंग 55 थी, कोई क्लिक नहीं आता था। फिर उन्होंने क्या किया, एसईओ किया उस पे। इवन तो मुझे ये टर्म अच्छा नहीं लगता एसईओ करना, बट उन्होंने क्या किया, जो भी सीखा था उससे कुछ ना कुछ अपनी ट्रैवल वेबसाइट में चेंजेस करे, उससे फायदा हुआ। वो फायदा एकदम से रैंक बढ़ गई, रैंक की वजह से इंप्रेशन आने लगे, क्लिक आने लगे, और राहुल के पास ट्रैफिक आने लगा। मैंने फर्स्ट क्लास के अंदर समझाया था, ट्रैफिक लाना और किस तरीके से ट्रैफिक आता है वो सबसे बड़ा सवाल होता है, एक सवाल होता है डिजिटल मार्केटर के, एंड सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन होता है इस जगह तक पहुंचा। ठीक है, तो वंस अगेन, कोई भी जो क्वेरी होती है उसको आप गूगल में डालते हो, उस क्वेरी के लिए उस वेब पेज का, अब ये याद रखिए, पेज के अकॉर्डिंग होता है, वेबसाइट नहीं होता, पेज का एक रैंक निकल के आता है। किस पे निकल के आता है? गूगल के एल्गोरिदम सोचता है कि चलो मुझे इसको ये रैंक देना चाहिए, इस रैंक को, उस रैंक के पे एक इंप्रेशन मिलते हैं, मतलब 100 बार लोगों ने देखा, उनमें से ज्यादा लोगों को पसंद आया, कुछ को पसंद नहीं आया, 10 लोगों ने क्लिक कर दिया, पेज खुला और सीटीआर 10% हो गया। इस सारी चीज को करना जो होता है, मतलब बेटर करना होता है सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन। एक तरीके से कहते वही है कि सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन है कि आपके वेबसाइट की रैंक आपने बेटर करनी। सो दैट्स माय इंट्रोडक्शन टू सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन, मतलब लाइक सॉरी टू द सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन, लाइक सॉरी मैं आज बहुत थका हुआ हूं यार गाइस, सॉरी, ठीक है, मैं थोड़ा बहुत घूम रहा हूं। द सर्च इंजन रिजल्ट पेज, इंप्रेशंस, रैंक, इंप्रेशन, क्लिक एंड CTR। अब मैं आपको एक चीज दिखाना चाहता हूं, सिंपल सी बात है, आपने बहुत बार देखी होगी और आपने में भी ध्यान नहीं दिया होगा। अब जैसे मैंने वेकेशन टू यूरोप लगाया, अब आप देखिए ये जो मेक माई ट्रिप का रिजल्ट आया है, ठीक है, इस रिजल्ट को हम थोड़ा सा स्टडी करना चाहता हूं मैं, इस रिजल्ट, ओके, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है बिकॉज इस रिजल्ट पे डिपेंड करेगा कि मैं इस को क्लिक करना चाहता हूं या नहीं। ओके, मैं इस रिजल्ट को आपको एक बार दोबारा दिखाना चाहता हूं। Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll try to keep the thing in English, mostly in English. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about what a search engine result looks like. Like on the search engine result page, usually the result, I mean, it might change. There might be different places, different ways by which it looks. But ideal, like usually, this is what it looks like. You have a title. I think we saw this in like for Make My Trip, we searched for vacation in Europe and it said this, get your perfect vacation in Europe. Below the title there were some lines of description, so there is a description and you could see some other things. There were some questions and answers, there were some questions which were also there. I want to keep this separate. Abhi I'm not going to talk about it in length, but let us discuss this thing. And another thing that you noticed was before you used to get it on the bottom, but on nowadays it's on, you get the website URL on the top. All right, do you want to see it again? Do you want to put any kind of a search in mobile and check? These are the three components that you would see. You would see the website along with some other information. These are called breadcrumbs. They want to tell you exactly which page of the website you will go when you click on this. There is a big title and there is also something which is called a description. What is the importance of this? Can you tell me what is the importance of having the URL, the page title and the meta description? This is called a meta description. Oops. Okay, anybody wants to go for it?
The description basically helps in what is there in that website, basically what it covers, the main objective of the website.
The preview.
So it helps us to decide we want it on, we want to see that.
A preview, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Jhalak, yeah. Like a preview, like maybe even
yes.
In YouTube nowadays, when you look at that screen, if you browse the thumbnail, it will show you what is in it. Because before, and once again, who's this answering?
Salika.
Salika, one thing I want to tell you, it is not a preview of the website. It is the preview of the web page. Okay. Oh. Web pages appear in the search engine result page, not websites. So one website has a home page, about us page, service page, page 1, page 2. This is SEO. When we talk about SEO optimization, it is done by page, not by wo. And it is very good. I'm not discouraging you. I'm just saying because it is often people think that it is website to website. No, it is page for page. Okay, so you are right.
So I have a question.
Please.
So you say like page. So can a website, like if a page is being ranked, so it can be like in 3 times, like yes. It can be ranked 3 times, right?
Absolutely. I have seen not pages. Page will rank only once. I have seen for search
not
queries,
the page. Yeah, same
yes.
Like page.
From the same website, 2 pages were ranking for one search query. One was on 2, one was on 1.
Okay.
But this is not good. Okay. Why? Because you are competing with each other. Click to ek hi lage, like there will only be 1 click, right? You can't have 5 clicks, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, sometimes a repeat click is also noticed. Like if you come back and you do it again, that is also noticed. But and this is an awesome question again. Like it's again Saleka, right?
Yes.
This is a very, very good question, which brings me to a very big point here. Okay, so hold on to this, not this question, this thing that you said, that why is it not a good thing that two things shouldn't compete with each other? I will come back to this in a while when I talk about the first pillar of Go. It's obviously not a good thing. You should only one page should ideally rank for tightly close by keywords, and especially no two pages should come. If two pages come for one query from the same website, you have probably not optimized both of the pages in the right way. Okay, and in a way you're competing with each other. Okay. Now, so very correct. This meta description is a small preview of what to expect. All right. The page title, what is the importance of the page title? The big heading. It's again, I mean, it's like a very common question. I mean, it's a very straightforward answer. It is a heading. Okay. Anywhere, wherever you go, you look at something, you will first look at its heading. Even if we look at a billboard, even if we look at a website or anything, we will first see the heading. The heading will give me interest. So if I'm looking for a keyword, right, like vacation in Europe, the heading should say something like best and cheapest vacations in Europe. Book a best and cheap vacation in Europe. When I'll see that, I will be encouraged that, okay, I'm at the right place. Then to get more information, I will be looking at reading the meta description. Okay, and then if it interests me, I will click. So in a way, Google has given us a preview plus a heading to understand what that page stands for, to make our decision better to click. So another question I want to ask you. So we talked about CTR. Somebody replied, said that, I think it was Rahul. Rahul said that CTR depends on the rank. Okay, what else does the CTR depend on? Looking at this. Guys, go for it. There is no wrong answer, no right answer. Doesn't the CTR depend on the page title? Right? If looking at the title, I'm taking a decision whether I need to click on it or not. If the title is irrelevant to my question, I am looking for apples and here they are saying oranges. Why will I click? Correct? So the click-through rate also depends on all these three things. This is it's called a snippet or like a search engine result. And one part of SEO is also dedicated to writing compelling titles, descriptions, so that you click on it. All right. One more question. Why is the URL here? I agree. I need to have a title to understand what that page is about. Definitely need to have a meta description to understand the page more and its content. What is the significance of the URL? Can anybody think about it? And whatever I'm saying from the perspective of somebody who's using Google. Think about me, I'm using Google. Go for it.
The name appears in the URL?
The name of the website does, absolutely. How does that matter?
So you get to know, for example, I'm searching for some apparel website. I go to Myntra.com. I get to know this is Myntra's website. So that's how.
Absolutely. It is a branding thing. I need to know what website I'm going to. Yes, please.
Recognition, basically.
Yes, brand recognition. Awesome. So, and this is the importance of a brand. For example, whenever I'm looking for news, if I put a current news affair topic on Google, I will definitely get Times of India, IndiaTimes.com, Hindustan Times, First Post, The Wire, all these prominent newspapers. Now, I have a thing for First Post, personally, for example. So I would definitely, rather than clicking on Times of India, if the title and the headline are almost the same and I know that they're talking about the same thing, I would rather click on First Post because it's a branding thing for me. That this is the importance of branding. That's why people build reputation of website. For example, Rahul just said, I want to go to Myntra. If I see something else, ashufashion.com, and Myntra.com. I will definitely click on, anybody is going to click on Myntra. And this is the importance of this. Now, there are other things which also appear in websites. Okay. For example, I'll share a screen. Not exactly, Anu. Images and videos are handled separately. There are different places. So Anu has a question. She says that some URLs also add images and videos in description, so it has more chance to rank. You cannot add images and videos in the meta description as such, but you can, your images and videos can also rank in different places. I will explain this. I'll take a couple of searches to explain this. Okay. So if I were to work for a company, so Vishal and I, we work for a company. I consulted, we are both consultants at a company which is called Cool Kanya. It's a women's career development forum. So if I search for Cool Kanya, this is an ad. Look, this is not an organic result. Guys, do you know the difference between an ad and organic results?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Once again, if you don't know, on Google, an advertisement nowadays, the ads appear on top, or they might also appear at the bottom, and they will be clearly marked as ads. Ye dekhiye, ye ad hai. We are doing it because if somebody types in Cool Kanya, we want to show them what we want to show them. This is an organic listing. So you can see the URL, the title, the description, and these links. Now, these are links of common pages that we want to visit. So Google wants to be very nice to me. I am Google's customer. I am searching for Cool Kanya. So it's like, sir, I want to give you the best results. I want to give you the best experience according to you. So these things also appear, and if they appear, and it's not just this, a lot of things can appear other than the meta description, the title and the URL, and all they do is to help me. For example, when I looked for vacation to Europe, Make My Trips URL, title, description have appeared, but I also see some question and answers from Make My Trip. These are top question and answers, are top questions which are on the mind of people who are looking for vacation to Europe. And they have been taken from the Make My Trip thing. They are also influencing my decision to click on this or not. How do these things come? That's search engine optimization. That's what I'm going to talk about. That's what I'm going to teach you about. Today is a basics class. Class 3 was a lot about how you can optimize your website so that it appears and what you can do on the page. It's on YouTube. I'll share the YouTube channel, like it's already on the group, the YouTube channel, so you can look at the videos and understand this. Anyway,
I have a question.
Yes, please. Yes, Ram.
So clicking on these questions would this be counted as a click in Google's algorithm or no?
No. Until I go to the website, it's not a click. I'm interacting with it, but I'm not clicking. Maybe tomorrow Google might come up with an extra thing saying interactions, but abhi kuch nahi hai. Abhi only a click is a click. Abhi there is no interaction. However, one thing, very, very good question. But however, if I click on one of these links, it is a click. So this is a link. If I click here, it will be a click, but this is not a link. This is just a FAQ wala section. If I read this, it is not considered as a click. Obviously, it will, it will motivate me to click on this result, and that is its importance. And for Google, it is because if I'm thinking of a vacation to Europe, I will have these questions on my mind. So they're like, okay, you take these questions and these are your answers. Yes, who had a question?
Nothing, it's okay. It's answered. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Please keep the questions coming. Yeah, it's always very, very interactive to have an interactive session, and I love it when people ask questions because then you're listening to me. Okay. Right. And I'd also love you guys to turn on video if you can. It's very nice to be interacting with people. Vishal always has his video on. Rahman always has his video on because I've specifically requested them to please show them faces. Thank you, Rahul, because now it seems like an interaction. Lovely. Okay. So we are very clear about how your result looks like in the link section. There are various other results. I've discussed these results, these snippets, these videos, these images. All of this I have discussed in the first class with examples. So you can look at that. Now, the question is, where do these things come from? The title, the description, and these question answers and links, they are all kind of under my control because all of them come from the content of the page. And search engine optimization is also a way by which we can control this. Okay, so Jyoti, you can also ask these questions publicly. That's no problem at all. So Jyoti says, what is the difference between organic and ad? Very logical thing. So ad is when I have to pay to appear in the search results. There is a separate branch of digital marketing which is called Google, which is called Google Ads. So you know why Google is Google? Google is Google because Google wants to sell us ads. So Google started off with the platform, with the with the organic platform. They found out that a lot of people are searching for things on Google. So they thought, why don't we monetize this? So what they did was they started off with a program. I think it started in 2002 or something, Google AdWords, in which if I'm an advertiser, I have a choice to pay Google so that whenever a query, and this again works on a query or a keyword, if somebody types in the query, my ad appears. So that is called a paid listing. An ad, it is clearly marked, and an organic listing is which appears by itself through the Google algorithm. For you don't have to pay for the organic listing. Like if you rank organically, you don't really have to pay for it. You can't pay Google to do it. Only if the quality of your content is really good and you have done some good things on that content, and if that content is useful, only then will it rank. If it is not good, it will not rank. Even and in ads, the quality matters obviously, but you can pay your way through. All right. Not a lot of people click on ads obviously, so it's always better to click on to get an organic ranking. Ads are also very, very expensive. In fact, some keywords, if you talk about very, very competitive keywords, one click might cost you almost 500 rupees for one click. So, you know, ads are expensive. That's why people work on organic listings. Perfect. Now I'm going to talk about the two pillars of search engine optimization. How does Google decide which page comes on top and which is at the bottom? Salika, she talked about what happens to a page if it's on page 5. Like if I have a web page and it is on result number 5, you know, what is the, like, what will happen to this page? Why is this happening, right? You would have a question saying, why is one page on rank page 1 and why is my page on page 5? Because Google has some ranking, it has some factors that it uses to rank pages. I am going to start in this class, we will talk about these factors in theory only. In the other classes, we go into very deep into these factors when we are talking about SEO. In fact, one of the topics, which is keywords, I have dedicated 2 classes to it because it's one of the very important topics in digital marketing. They are class 5 and 6. Yeah. So I'll explain to you the 2 pillars of SEO, or how, like, what are the 2 main methods by which Google ranks pages. All right, you're clear about this, right? So SEO is the art of getting your page on top. Like now I don't know how my page can come on top and how my page can rank. So Google, Google, I need to understand what is Google looking for in both of these pages. When Google's algorithm, when it compares both of these pages, should I give this? Should I give this? Kya hoga? Tera kya hoga, Kalia? What's going to happen to you, right? You know, it's in Google's hands. There must be some logic, right? There must be something that Google must be thinking. Well, there is not one thing. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of things. In fact, the whole art of SEO, the whole, not art, like the whole practice of SEO, it is an art, obviously. It is a competition between Google and SEO practitioners. I will explain SEO pillars through this story. Okay. So the 2 pillars of search engine optimization are keywords and links. Okay. Keywords are the words, like the queries that we type in a simplified manner. If you talk about a simplified manner, keywords are things that you type in Google. They are matched with words which are there in the website, and so your thing shows up. Okay, links are backlinks. Does anybody have any doubts about these both of these things? I'm going to explain both of them in detail right now. But you do know what backlinks are, right? Link mil gaya. There is a link. When you joined this Zoom class, you clicked on a link. That is a link. So backlinks are just links of your website on other websites. I'll try to explain this. First, let me talk about keywords. Okay. How do we communicate with Google? We communicate by typing, right? Either we type, or nowadays a lot of people are communicating with Google using voice search, especially Indian audiences or regional language audiences. All of them are communicating with Google. They will just pick up their phone, they'll say okay Google, and they will speak out the word that they are looking for. Now, how will Google decide if we have 2 pages? Okay, my query is vacation in Europe. This is a question that I have asked Google. And I'm taking a very, very simple example. Google says that there are 2 pages, A and B. How will I decide which one is relevant to this query? Tell me. It's a very basic thing. Somebody please.
So can you repeat the question?
Okay, so my question is, I am Google, this is how, Google, I'm thinking from Google's perspective. Okay, somebody types in a query. You're very clear on what a query is. Query, when you type it,
Yes,
anything
yes.
you type or speak out on Google. Somebody types a query, vacation in Europe. There are 2 pages, or let's say there are thousands of pages. There aren't 2 pages. How does Google know which ones are relevant? There are thousands and thousands of pages. How does Google know which one is related to this query?
Again, one is through keywords and through the behavior of
I'm talking about very, very basic. So you said first is by keywords, right? This page says vacation in Europe. Like the content in this page. I'm not saying it just says vacation in Europe.
Right.
That content says vacation in Europe. Right. This one also says vacation in Europe. This one says vacation in Asia. This one says vacay in Africa. Okay, right? Or in other words, for this query, there are thousands of results. However, when we match the query with keywords, right? I mean, they go sort karne ka hai, right? Oh, we need to sort something. I need to sort something. I have a mix of things. I will be like, okay, this is a banana. Okay, this is a potato. This is a tomato, right? So Google says that I'm looking for vacation in Europe. This page says vacation in Europe past. Okay. This one also says vacation in Europe. Okay, relevant. This one says vacation in Asia. Is it relevant?
It is not. It is.
No. This one says vacation in Africa. It is relevant. No. This one says aam ka achar.
Not at all.
Not at all. So keywords are the words which are topics. I will talk about it at length when we talk about keyword research. Keywords are the topics, the words that you put into your web page.
How accurately they match with the query?
Yeah, no, I mean, yes, obviously they are matching with the query, but keywords, this is the way to explain keywords.
So, I mean, what I mean to say is it would be sorted by the first impressions would be from the ones which say vacation in Europe. After that, then the next sort would be vacation in Asia or holiday to Europe, or then vacation in Africa. And then aam ka achar would be nowhere.
Absolutely, man. This is a very good way to explain. So suppose kariye ki pages for vacation in Europe, I'm going back to 1998 when Google was invented. At that time, there weren't too many pages. So there was vacation in Europe 1, vacation in Europe 2, vacation in Asia, Africa, and aam ka achar. So Google will be like, okay, this is rank 1, this is rank 2, this is rank 3, this is rank 4. At least ye vacation in to hai. And aam ka achar is last, rank 5. So keywords, this is how keywords are a ranking factor. There is no other way. And again, I don't want to go for theory. I don't want to give you definitions, because when you go for a job interview, luckily, like I wish that all of you, or you go for a job interview to people who want a digital marketing job, people will ask you how does it work. I don't want you talking about definitions. A problem with a lot of people who do digital marketing courses is unko definition rata dete hain. Because the problem with our Indian education system is we believe in certification passing rather than understanding. So I'm telling you in a layperson's term, this is how search engines work. They match the words in the query. The words in web pages with words in query and they compare which ones are relevant, and according to it, they give the results. Now there is another very big problem. Yes, Vishal, let me just complete this. Now there is very big problem. How did Google decide both of these pages have vacation in Europe? So between these, okay, like when I talk about vacation in Europe, they will be ranked, they will be different from them. They are relevant, but how can I decide that this is rank 1, this is rank 2? I think that was your question, right? Is that so, Vishal? Okay, so
it can be, so it can be because like maybe vacation in Europe in perspective to India, one is showing and one is showing in perspective to some other country. So rank 1 will be from India.
Absolutely. Suppose there are 2 pages. This is vacation in Europe from Indian perspective. This is an Indian website and this is an American website. We are assuming that there are now 2 websites only that are offering vacation to Europe. So you're talking about relevance, right?
Yes.
Suppose both of them are Indian websites, then fir kya hoga? Then what's going to happen? And I'm just trying to make a thought process go in your brain. Which one will be rank 1, which one will be rank 2?
Content.
What in the content?
The one which is, like you told earlier, the one which is better sorted. I mean, the one.
Okay, so now let us not be complicated, because I know it's about the content only. Can I say this? And now I'm talking about 1998. I am going to tell you about SEO, the 2 pillars of SEO. I'm going to explain this from the perspective of how search engines evolved.
So it can be my personal searches before this, in general, my searches regarding Europe that I searched before this vacation in Europe.
Correct, Salika, that's correct. That is all correct.
No.
Absolutely.
No, that's not what I'm talking. I'm talking about they can take that in consideration, and which page is showing, the info regarding that, they can rank that page.
I completely agree to that. I'm not even, so this is a basics class right now. We will talk all about all these factors in later classes. Here, I'm just trying to explain how keywords work. Okay, so I'll give you a simple example. Let's not talk about too many simple examples, like too many complicated examples. We will definitely talk about all of this advanced classes ke andar. Now, problem based with Google is I have one query and both these queries contain this keyword. So what happened in a long old days was Google came up to a very good conclusion. One of the engineers in Google probably said, oh my God, I have an answer to this. So website in website A, vacation in Europe, that keyword is repeated 5 times. Okay. In website B, it is repeated 10 times. I am talking at very basic level. There are so many factors. You were correct, Salika. Obviously, it depends on the history of, it depends on your search history, your location, your relevance, hundreds of things. But right now I'm talking about basic search engine operation, because I'm trying to explain these 2 things to you, keywords and links. So obviously this one is more relevant to the user than this one. Hai na?
Yes.
Right? Acha. So Google started doing this. At that time, Google wasn't the first search engine. Google was one of the late comers in the search engine field. And at that time, I remember I was just a kid. We used to have a very purana PC, and we used to have a dial-up connection. You connected with the phone. So pehle, for 5 minutes it used to connect. It would go like, and then it would connect. And then only one website would open very slowly, and then it would keep getting disconnected. In those days, it was very, very basic. So now the Google engineer is very happy. He's like, okay, now 10, 5. Now what happens is, I am SEO expert. I say, oh my God, this person has repeated it 10 times. I have repeated 5 times. Let's do this. 15. This guy says, no, 20 times I will repeat. So then what happened was, at that time, if you were to have a website, so at that time, website text started to sound very, very funny. Okay, so this is how they would say. So if you were to make a page, hi, welcome to my vacation in Europe website. I offer the best vacation in Europe. Feeling depressed? What about a vacation in Europe? If you are looking for vacation at Europe, people just kept repeating the keywords again and again and again and again. So then Google came up with a penalty. Okay, Google got so fed up that they came up with a penalty. What they started doing was, they said that, okay, if you repeat the keyword too many times, because then you can't read it. People said, I want to rank, I want to keep repeating the keyword. So those websites didn't make sense in a way. Okay. So what happened was, Google said, no, you can't repeat the keyword too many times. All right. People got very smart. So one person thought, he said that, okay, I cannot repeat it in the text, right? It's not good to repeat it in the text. It doesn't look good. Okay. Earlier, though, what would happen is, what people would do is, very long time ago, they would keep a section at the footer. It would be a section. So this would be your website, vacation in Europe. Here, what they would do is, they will repeat vacation in Europe 100 times. Actually, they were doing it. This was called keyword stuffing.
This is in 1988. 1998. They used
at the early 2000s, 2000, 2001. And the reason why I'm telling you this is, through this journey, I'm going to explain how Google evolved. The entire history of Google as a search engine can be studied in a fight, a race between Google and SEO. So what happened was, Google did something, SEO people, they came ahead. Google said, okay, I will do something else. Okay. What was your question? I'm sorry. Was there a question here? Guys, sorry, I keep talking I thought I'd just complete this class. If you have a question, please speak out. So back in those days, anyway, people started with these tricks. They found out that we cannot keep repeating it in the content. That is not good. So they started putting it here. So Google said, don't put it here. You can't put it here. People got very smart. They were like, okay, let us do this. White background. Okay, black font you can see. White background, white font you cannot see. Google cannot see. Okay, this was a technique which was called masking, cloaking. So this happened with me, and this is a technique that even people now use.
By Indians.
Yeah, they use it. They still use it. So way back in 2015, I was working for this company, and we had a competitor. So for any keyword, for our keywords, that competitor was ranking on top. We had a beautiful website. Everything was nice. This competitor just had a blank page with 2 or 3 things written on it. Nothing. This is my phone number, etc. I was like, what is this? What I did was, I just went there, clicked, did Control A, select all. I saw there were keywords written everywhere, but that website didn't last long. It was in the search results for probably a month or 2 months. Uske baad Google found out and it penalized it. These websites go out. But again, we need to understand how this thing worked so that we can understand how search engines also work. So keywords are out. Now Google has a strict limit. They say that, okay, there has to be a certain amount of keyword density. It is not something which is said. Clearly nahi bola hai. Nobody has said that you need to have, if it's a 100-word page, then you need to have 5 keywords. If it is a 200-word page, you need to have 10 keywords. No. And my earlier class, my next class is the on-page wala class. The next class is going to only talk about this. Okay. So what Google did was, Google has a limit and it stopped doing this. But Google got very, very fed up of people, trying to jack the keyword wala system, because there was only one system. Then in I think it was, I'm forgetting the date. I think it was in 2000s or something. Larry Page and the other guy, Sergey Brin, I don't know how spelling, they came up with a patent. So in the US patent office, they went ahead and they submitted a patent. That patent was called the PageRank patent. It was a very historical moment in search engine history, because earlier and all search engines were only working on keywords, nothing else. Everyone was trying to work on keywords. So they introduced one more factor, ranking factor. Now there are thousands, but at that time they introduced another ranking factor, which was called backlinks or links. Okay, their assumption was, what they assumed was, suppose there is a page A and page B, keywords both same. Okay, now we cannot do any fraud. We cannot say 15, like we will put keywords 5 times, 10 times, 20 times. No, that is over now. Search engines have evolved. So suppose when it comes to keywords, both of them are completely equal. We will say if this one has 20 backlinks and this one has 100 backlinks, definitely this is a very well-known site. This site is better than 20. Now I want to again make it clear what backlinks are. Okay, suppose this is site B, this is Rahul ki company. Okay, Rahul Travels. Okay, Rahul, I'm sorry for using your name, but yeah, okay, Rahul Travels.
No,
Rahul Travel, what they did was, suppose that Rahul Travel did something, okay, did something really amazing, and Rahul got a Padma Shri award. Okay, assuming next day in the newspaper, all around in First Post, IndiaTimes.com, everywhere there are newspaper articles, like travel company owner wins Padma Shri. Obviously, there will be stories, right? It's a big thing. If somebody has won Padma Shri, it's a big thing. This is a website, IndiaTimes.com. Suppose here there will be a story. Rahul, owner of company MyRahulTravels.com. This is a backlink. This will be linked to Rahul's page. Okay, links. When you click here, you will jump here. No rocket science. All right, guys, everyone is clear about links, right? So if Rahul receives, so Google assumes that if this website has done or something which is so incredible that other websites also want to rank on it, it will have a higher rank than this, even if keywords are the same. So at that time, this is something which they don't use right now. At that time, they created a PageRank score. Okay, this was a score between 0 and 100. This was a score between 0 and 100. If it was low, it meant that that page did not have that many links. The higher the page, the higher links it had. Okay, for example, one of the pages which has a 100-page rank, which had a 100-page rank, because baad mein Google stopped using this. A lot of people were misusing it, but this score is still available in different tools. Suppose kariye, so one of the pages which has 100 is Wikipedia. Why? Why is it so?
Because they are all the backlinks in the world, and all the backlinks link to their own website only. Like,
I mean, no, you're mistaking me. Other people, what I'm trying to say is, everyone is mentioning Wikipedia.com in their blog somewhere or the other when they take a reference from Wikipedia.
okay.
आप समझ रहे मेरी बात? Link क्या होता है? Link is like a reference. You guys have studied in college, obviously, like you must have gone to college or school or whatever. You remember when we would have done a report, we would have to put our sources at the bottom. Ki kahan se, where did we get this information from? A backlink is like a source. You're giving credit that this information in my website has come from rahultravels.com. it's almost as if, suppose there is a small town, okay, a small town in India. In that small town, there is Dr. Ashu and Dr. Vishal. Okay, assuming. So what happens is, somebody has a problem, okay, somebody wants to see the doctor. They go to, they start asking around. Everybody recommends, so 50 people recommend Dr. Vishal. Everybody says that Dr. Vishal is the best. 50 people say Dr. Vishal, and only 2 people say Dr. Ashu. So in a way, this one has more authority. This one has more, like, you know, in a way, this one has more links, connects, you know, ek tarike se link. It's something that we say in Hindi, like English. We say, this guy, you know, he does really well. He has
More
got good
referrals.
links, nah? That's why. All right, guys. Are you like, do you have a doubt? It's like actually so simple. How can I say it? Like, it's like actually very, very simple. It's just a question of how you link other, like, you know, how you link to other people. Okay, cool. So now we know about the 2 pillars of SEO. Okay, the keywords should match. All right, there should be, keywords should match, and there should be enough of keywords, and there should be a lot of backlinks as well. Okay, I think I should have, I'll have to show you a couple of backlinks. 1 second, please.
Ashu, I just
So
Okay, so 1
community
second, let me
value.
just give a recap. I'm sorry to jump in. Let me just give a recap. All right, so we were talking about the 2 pillars, keywords and links. All right, I gave an example of what links look like, and now the scenario has changed. Now Google has, keywords is not the only way. Now I asked the class, if, like, what is the way by which I can jack this system? How can I create nakli ke links? Tell me. Who was this? Please go ahead.
Yeah. So like whichever kind of website I have, in my website I will create some backlinks of some website, like if I'm like the one that you showed, right?
Yeah,
So in that way, if I am referring to their website, so it's basically creates a community between us.
absolutely. It's
So
called
then
link exchange. Very good. This technique was called link exchange. Bahut badhiya. Tell me more.
so
You touched on
basically,
something. You said a community. A community.
yeah,
Think more on those lines. You're very good. So one thing could be, I will be like, okay, Vishal, I'll give you 1 link. You give me 1 link. So I'll be here. I'll be saying, guys, please, all of you, please give me one link on my website, and I will give you one-on-one. One thing could be, I could make a whole community of it,
yes,
right? Okay,
yeah,
that was called a link farm.
like
Link farming.
okay.
Okay, now there is another thing. Okay, so I already talked about the page authority. The page authority was a score from 1 to 100, depending on the number of external backlinks that this page has. So there is one page A, one page B. A has an authority of 20, B has an authority of 70. It is more desirable to link to site B, because if you link to a stronger site, it will be stronger. Let me give you an example. All of us, we get together, we put in the money, we start making nakli websites, fake websites. So what we will do is, we will first make a layer of websites here. Okay, suppose we will create 2000 websites at the bottom. Okay, all of us, we are doing it together. Okay, then what we do is, we will put a layer of websites on top, 200 websites on top, and we will give these websites backlinks from these websites, improving their quality. Okay, so suppose the page authority at the bottom is 10. When all of these 10 value link to this, a lot of them, this page authority goes up to 40. Then we put, 50 websites on top of this. I'm not saying literally on top, but we link them. इनको और खींचा ऊपर, like एक तरीके से इसको और strong कर दिया. This authority is 70, because the 70 authority website is getting 50 links from 40 authority websites, and every 40 authority website is getting 100 links from a 10 authority website, right? And then I put one final layer on top, 10 websites. with domain authority 90. And then I'm like, okay, come give me money. I will put your link here. Right? I mean, linking to a 70 is better than a 20. Why shouldn't I create a 90 and ask people for money? So this is what people started doing. All sort of schemes they are buying links, selling links, this link, link farm, link exchange, link friendship. You know, just be friends, being friends with people because you need a link. So then Google came up with another update. They defined something which is called an unnatural link. So an unnatural link is something that you don't earn, which you buy. Now the concept is all about earning a link, not buying a link. I'm not saying that this is not happening. These link farms, they're also called private blogger network, PBNs. Okay, they're still around because there is also a problem. So as a SEO practitioner, I'm an SEO practitioner. I get a job in some company. The company owner says, okay, now you get us backlinks, get us 50 backlinks in 1 week, right? They'll say that. What will I do? I have to show some performance, so I will be doing some kind of stupidity. So when you do such a thing, so this is something which a lot of people do. They will either start exchanging links, or they will start to buy links from a farm. They will make their own farm. One time I got in touch with this guy. He said, okay, I will make backlinks for you. I said, what will you do? You'll make a farm. Nah, I know this technique. He says, no. What I will do is I will create 50 websites. Okay. And all those websites will be genuine websites. They will be like, if you look at the website, you can't say that this is because these link farm websites were trashy websites. If you looked at those websites, it would be clear that these, maybe I'll show you these examples later on. They were just websites with links in them. Nothing, no content, nothing, only links filled. So what this guy said was, and this was back in 2017, he says, sir, I will take 80,000 rupees for every website. It will be a proper badhiya website. Everything will be there. It will just be a fake website and it will be linked to some other fake websites. Total, I will make a chota link pyramid for you with 50 websites and I will give you 20 links through this. Calculate karo 80,000 into 50. But if I would have done it, ho jata, I would have gotten good links. But problem is Google is now getting very, very smart. So techniques like this, selling, buying of links, doing things for getting links, Google picks up on it. And you know what Google does? So if I were to plot, let me plot. So this is time and this is my traffic. All right. Because in the end, I want to get traffic, right? So I can see a lot of times you see a curve. What happens is at this point, suppose you were getting 100 visitors every day. You start doing these link techniques, all of these bad techniques, not bad techniques, all of these illegal techniques. You will see a rise in your traffic till, I don't know, maybe 1,000. And then Google will know. Immediately you will see a crash in your traffic. And your traffic after the crash will be lower than traffic before the crash. This is called a penalty. There are different kinds of penalties. The biggest penalty is the link penalty. And you know what you have to do if you get a link penalty? You will have to sign a maafinama. It's actually like, you'll have to apologize to Google. So this happened a lot in 2014 and 15 when Google came up with an update in which what it did was it started to fight because people were getting smarter. People said that, okay, link exchange is not working. Let us do exchange over a community. Like you said, Salika, right? So I will not directly take a link from Vishal. I will take a link from Vishal, who's taken a link from somebody else, who's taken a link from somewhere else. It shouldn't be a direct exchange. All right. But all of these tricks Google caught up with. Now only genuine link methods work. For example, PR is a very, very big thing. Okay. So nowadays, Vishal is a PR practitioner. He knows that whenever he has to ask for a newspaper coverage or an online coverage from somebody, he will request them to also give us a backlink. So please don't just give me do write an article about me, about my company, but also give me a link in that article, and that link does not have to be a useless link. All right. So in a way, these are the two pillars. The reason why I told you about these stories was now I am kind of thinking like I want to tell you how SEOs think about Like, how do they think? All of like entire history of SEO can be studied.
So
With,
I have a,
like, yeah,
sorry to interrupt you.
please,
I
please.
just have a question. So you said that if it reaches to 1,000, I know you were just saying a number,
Yeah.
but if it reaches to 1,000, then the Google find out and then they give penalty. So as far as I know, like people really search the limits. Like if they do search it, till which limit does Google does not know, and after which point they get to know. Like these kind of questions, they generally search by creating websites and all, like the illegal things. They do it so that they should know, na, like after which point Google's get to know that this is happening and all.
So
So
yeah, I'm sure they've done it also. A lot of people have
yeah,
done.
so
I was
that
just
so
looking
must
at a
still
YouTube
must be
video.
happening, right?
Yeah,
So that so still must be happening, like
I'm
these
sure.
kind of
I'm
things.
sure. Because there is a lot of money in this, especially in the travel and tourism industry, insurance industry, banking industry, Policy Bazaar, and all these people. They spend a lot of money in SEO because for them ranking is very important. It is also very competitive. Travel method, it is so competitive. Make My Trip and all these people, Expedia, it is cutthroat competition. So they use all kinds of techniques. So just an answer for you, Salika. Thank you so much for your questions, by the way, today. It really helped. They helped with the class. In fact, every one of you. So last parting thought. I was just looking at a video just like that. Na? So this guy had a video. He was speaking in semi-Hindi English. He said a very beautiful thing. He's like, okay, do these things. Buy links, no problem. If you get lucky, maybe you will get not noticed for a year. If you are not lucky, you will get caught in 1 month. If you are completely not lucky, maybe you will be caught tomorrow. So it's almost like crime. So my advice is don't do it at all. And obviously SEOs know. See, also there is a lot of pressure as well. Okay, so I'll just conclude the class for the YouTube thing. Uske baad we can talk a little bit more. All right, so this is a conclusion to the second class. This was a repeat. I'll be uploading this on YouTube. If you watch this on YouTube, please don't forget to watch the first class where we talked about the basics of how search engines work. And we start talking more about these two ranking factors, links and keywords, in the next classes. All right, so and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, guys, I'm just stopping the recording.